Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this episode, I'm going to perform a repair which is very fast, very easy, very inexpensive, dare I say even cheap to perform. And yet, in my opinion, it makes a huge difference when it comes to the ownership experience of the XK8. We have this beautiful interior, which is comfortable, cozy, sophisticated, classy, and absolutely timeless. I love spending time inside the Jag. And at the same time, we have this. Like, what is this? It's been bothering me ever since I got the car. This kind of wobble and tolerance here is not acceptable. This does not fit with the rest of the overall picture. So let's explore further and figure out what's going on here and how to repair this. The problem is with the two latches at the bottom of the seat. We have one on each end. Now, as we pull this lever up, the latch releases, we can move the seat forward. As I move the lever, here's the latch, and here's how it moves up and down. The latching mechanism grips or gets a hold of this metal stud here, which protrudes out of the seat frame. There's one on this side and one over here. There it is. This is where the wobble in the play comes from, and this is what we need to correct. I will go over several options for fixing this problem. One of the options does not require the removal of those metal components, but the better, more efficient fix requires these pieces to be taken out. Now that's a very simple process. All you need is an 8mm hex. You have access on both sides to slide this in, loosen, and rotate this out of the frame. Here's the metal piece which I removed from the rail of the seat. This is where the seat latching mechanism grips, and this is where the wobble and the play happens. So the goal is to introduce a thin layer of buffer in between this metal and the latching mechanism. Now, based on my research, the cars did come with some sort of plastic sheathing here from the factory, but that plastic over the years breaks up, falls apart, and now the car is left with metal on metal contact. So we want to reintroduce that buffer, and I've been playing around with a bunch of various options and approaches and materials in trying to find the ideal solution for this. So let's start from the beginning. First, I tried with this hose from a washing machine, but it is too narrow and it wouldn't work. So I didn't even bother cutting this, I put it away. Then I bought this larger discharge hose, which I cut, and actually it was a perfect fit in terms of internal diameter. Let me just slide that in. There we go. It's a perfect fit, but the outside diameter is way too wide and the latching mechanism cannot grip. So this didn't work. Then I tried this kind of vinyl tubing, but the problem here was that this was then too thin and there was too much play. It helped, it quieted down the wobbling, but wobbling was still there and it was a bit more than what I would have preferred. Then I went to a PEX water pipe, supply pipe, just regular PEX tubing. And this actually worked quite well. This is half inch, which is a bit too narrow. So let me just make a quick cut here. There we go. So you cut your PEX pipe, and because it's 1/2 inch, it is too narrow, it won't slide on. But what you can do is you can cut it this way as well, right? So you will do a cut this way, there it is. And now this piece can stretch out a bit. It would go over. There we go. And this actually works. If you want to take this approach, this is probably the easiest way to solve it, in a sense that you don't have to remove these metal pieces. They can just stay on the rail, and you can slide this PEX pipe on top of it and clip it in. Even though this works, it is still not as ideal of a solution as the next option. So this is one thing you could do, quick and easy, but I then tried these vinyl tips. These are for chair legs. Now, unfortunately, these are 3/4 inch. I could not find anything smaller in the store, and they're too wide. The diameter here is just way too wide for the metal piece. But then I was able to buy this from Amazon. This was, I think, less than $4 on Amazon, delivered next day for free, and it is 5/8 of an inch internal diameter, and this works really well. In terms of fit, it is perfect. We just have to cut off the end here. Now, if you look at the depth, it is also perfect, and all that needs to be removed is this top cap. So let's do that now together. I tried several different ways. One is using a knife. It kind of worked. I also held it with one of these grips and tried this sort of sewing action. Made some progress, but not ideal. And at the end of the day, I just used the same sort of cutting tool that is meant for PEX piping. Let's do this together. Just eyeing it at the moment. There we go. Now the key here is don't press too fast or too hard. Just give it time. The knife will go into the plastic. There we go. You make your cut. Now the cap is off. Cap is gone. And what you're left with is this cylinder, the internal diameter of which is perfect, and the external diameter of which is also perfect for the gripping mechanism. Let me actually show you the measurements here. So as I said, internal diameter is 5/8 of an inch. External, I'll just apply it here and hopefully the camera would catch it. We're looking at about 3/4, roughly. Yeah, about 3/4 external. So this works really, really well. I will add a link to this product too. At Amazon Canada, it is extremely inexpensive. I'm not sure if it's available at other Amazon sites throughout the world, but in Canada, it's a great solution. This is before. And a couple of minutes later, here's the seat after. Minimal amount of play. And as an added benefit, when the seat clicks back in, there is no metal on metal contact at the bottom. It is more quiet, it is more smooth, and there's almost no wobble to speak of. With this quick and easy fix, I continue buttoning up the Jag. And if you want to take a look at the state of those metal studs here, you can almost not even tell that there's anything placed on top of the metal here. But the plastic is there, and it is helping with this wobble play and large tolerance that existed in the seat before. Thank you for joining me again today, folks. I hope this was useful. Best of luck in your upcoming projects, and I'll see you again in the next video. Take care.